to begin with.
When did he come up with the plan? I'm sorry.
I'm not sure. When he had informed me of it was like a week after we had dug the grave.
Okay, so a week later he told you the plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
She approached my home. This is my home. She lives all the way over there.
Okay, is everybody in the house right now?
Oh, just me. I'm the only one at fault. Just me. The girl, she left.
Is your sister involved?
Yeah. My sister?
Yeah, is she?
No, she...
This is Janine Gonzalez, a vile teen who thinks it's cool that she and her friend beat a girl to death. On August 11th, 2022 in Gwinnett County, Georgia, chaos erupted as 27-year-old Antonetta Stevens and Janine Gonzalez lured and unleashed a merciless attack on 30-year-old Ashley Bocanegra. The reason was a love triangle gone horribly wrong. It turned out Antonetta Stevens' boyfriend had been two-timing her with Ashley. Instead of walking away, Antonetta chose violence, deciding that a deadly attack was the solution. What made it even worse was the involvement of the boyfriend's sister, Janine, a reckless teenager who joined in. As Antonetta unleashed her fury, Ashley begged for mercy, but Janine just stood there, laughing and recording the brutal assault on her phone as if it were some twisted form of entertainment. At one point, she even snatched Ashley's phone away, relishing the chaos. The relentless attack left Ashley with severe injuries that would tragically claim her life. What's even more gut-wrenching is that during the interrogation, the teenager showed little to no understanding of the gravity of her actions, let alone any trace of remorse.
Go through basically, since I wasn't there and I'm playing catch up basically. So what happened?
So like, let me start to where it leaded.
Okay.
Okay, so like, since I've been down here, they haven't been on good terms. So, you know, arguments back to back. So like, we just came back from Florida like not too long ago from her mom's wedding, and we left on bad terms with everybody because my brother got into a, incident with her stepdad. So ever since that happened and we left Florida, it's just been rockier. It's just been worse arguments. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
You're fine.
Okay.
I flipped up earlier.
Okay. So, like, they're arguing or whatever. So, my brother, him being a man, cheats. Like always, he's feeling less than, he thinks it's okay to cheat, so, he tells me. So, he tells me who's he cheating with and stuff. Now, me and my stepsister, I mean, not my stepsister, my sister-in-law, we're very close, like, so close, like, you understand. Like, she's more of a sister to me than my brother's a brother to me,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very
So,
close.
like, we're very close.
Yeah.
So, once he told me, I was just like, ooh, what the feller.
It's girl code. You
Yes,
have to.
right? So, especially when, right after he told me what he was doing, he wanted to do it with her. So I was just like, I'm about to tell her. 2 days prior before this day, we were just chilling, she was working, and Daniel did something to her to make her upset. So we were talking or whatever. I was like, told her what happened. He explained what cheated or whatever. She was like, oh really? She's upset or whatever. I was like, don't tell him that I told you because he's gonna be mad at me.
Right.
Okay, so after that, he explained how the girl looked to me though. And, curly hair, Puerto Rican, skinny girl. So I was like, alright. So then I explained it to Netta. So the next day after that, we went to the store. Last night. We went to the store last night and we were walking to Quick Trip. Quick Trip is right there.
I know, I saw y'all walking earlier.
Yeah.
I thought that was you guys.
Okay, so we walked to Quick Trip. As we're walking to Quick Trip, the both of them are walking together from Quick Trip. So they're just now leaving and we're just now coming. So Antonetta is like, is that Daniel walking? So now she runs to him like, who is this? So he's like, oh, it's my work or whatever. Mind you, before we walked to Quick Trip, we asked him, when you go on your break, can you take us to the store? he said he couldn't leave on his break. So when we stopped on walking, it was like, you just said you couldn't leave on your break. Now you walking with her to the store?
The girl Janine is referring to was Ashley Bocanegra. This is when Antonetta and Janine made the deadly plan and things spiraled out of control.
After that, she's kicking Daniel or whatever. She don't want to live with him no more. It's either he gonna leave or she's gonna leave. And you know, she gotta leave with the kids, everything. So it would make sense if he just left. So he's getting kicked out, whatever. And then I guess she was coming to see him. He was getting kicked out. I don't know. I wasn't know his messages. I'm not sure what was that. But I guess she was coming to see him because he was getting kicked out. And it's not the messages. So she decides, like, yeah, now she's about to come see you. Now I'm about to beat her up. Because you just saved me from her the other day. No, you know that's how it was. So she's coming. So it's Netta and me. We go. And she comes to the house. You know, big fight. Big fight. So after the fight, we took her phone. We were gonna call her husband to let her know that, you know, to stir some out.
Throughout her recounting of the story, Janine is seen laughing and smiling, completely detached from the gravity of the situation. She doesn't seem to understand the severity of her actions. And if she does, it's clear she doesn't care.
Just rang him down like crazy because, you know, we got her phone. She lost her phone back. Yeah. So then they'll give her her phone back. And then I don't know what the hell happened after. Oh, she gave her her phone back. Literally, like, she left right after. I don't know how she left. Like, I wasn't watching after that. Because my brother was mad as hell, and you know, he don't want me in the business. I was already in it too much. Like, he's like, oh my ass, so I'm just like, okay. So I don't know what happened after she left, but literally right after she left, a third party called the police. Just know you guys came. Yeah, that's all I know.
When you guys fought, how long did that fight last?
2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was early. But yeah, that's about it.
Have you ever been in fights before?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have? Oh. Okay. You seem kind of athletic.
Did she knock on the door at first, or you guys just saw her outside?
Outside. She didn't knock. She didn't get the chance to.
Okay.
Cause like, oh yeah, you got this coming. I'm about to be around. So yeah.
Did you guys start yelling at her before you guys approached her, or how'd that go down?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
It wasn't really all. Yeah, it was just like, yeah, and you can't see my. And then it was just fine after that. She knew what it was because she got ready too, you know. And it was just fighting.
Who was fighting?
The girl and another.
Everybody?
No.
Girl, you ain't get on in?
No. Like, yeah.
Of course you did. I know you did.
Just a little bit.
You guys, that's like you said, that's your homegirl.
Yeah, that's.
The reason the officer appears so friendly and casual is a tactic meant to get the teen to open up. By speaking in this relaxed tone, they're conveying the impression that there's no real trouble, hoping to lower her guard and make her more likely to confess or reveal key details.
Go crazy though, cause she's small as hell. Like, you're enough already. I don't need to be punching her, dragging her. I don't need to do all of that. I'm good. Like in the beginning, she got on the floor, and I kind of like dragged her just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And then I stopped. I was just like,
it's hard. The adrenaline's going. You know, you gotta.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, let me stop. And then they're just fighting. And yeah, just a little hit. So I didn't really fight her. That's just crazy.
What made it stop?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That's a weird question. I never know.
Like, was she saying anything, or Ashley? I mean,
no, she was just. I never. Out of all fights I've been in, I never saw somebody talk during a fight, like while you're getting beat up talking. I never met somebody that ever.
What was she saying?
She was just, you know, talking. Oh, that doesn't want you. That's what he's doing. Just like that. Throwing it out there. And then, like, it was just such a weird fight. Like, she was just like, she just kept on talking. Then she was like, aren't you his sister? And it was just laughing all types. It was just weird. She was a weird person.
You said she said grab the phone?
Yeah.
Antoinette said grab the phone?
I grabbed it.
Okay.
When she was talking back while she was getting beat up, like, how'd that make you feel? Well, the stuff that she was saying.
Like, I didn't care.
She was angry. She's mad.
What do you mean?
Did you guys send messages to her?
No, we don't got her number.
No, I mean from his phone.
Oh, from his phone?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because you messed up your story a little bit. I already read the messages. You messed up a little bit.
What was the messages?
He wasn't getting kicked out.
Oh, yes he was. I don't know. What the hell? I didn't. I only saw the messages where he was cheating. So I'm not sure if anybody texted her.
You sure?
You know? Yeah.
So Antoinette just sent the messages
I'm
herself?
positive myself. I'm positive. But yeah, I don't know if there's any messages sent to that lady. Because I can't say I didn't know if there's messages sent.
You were with her when she was still
why else
texting
would she
him.
have come?
You were still with her when she was texting her. I know you guys were sending messages. She already told us you guys were texting her.
Yeah, but I don't know what was said.
So she was just texting her.
That's why I said he was getting kicked out. I don't know what was said.
So you didn't send the messages, she just sent the messages.
Yeah, because I don't know what was said in those messages. But I know from seeing them arguing, he was getting kicked out.
Okay, so you didn't see no messages. Antoinette just told you about it, and then
No,
Antoinette was texting her?
I saw the messages where he was cheating.
What did those say?
I'm feeling you, falling for you, something like that. Hurting each other's messages.
And that's when Antoinette showed those. She showed those to you, and that's when she started messaging her.
Yeah, she showed those to me.
And
then she sent a message to her.
Antoinette sent the message to Ashley.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Did she tell you what she was sending?
Did like the words and shit? No, I don't know what she said.
You mean you had to know something? You knew she was outside.
But I did know she was outside. Of course I knew she was outside, because if she about to go fight, I'm coming with her.
But earlier in the day, she didn't know that she was walking into a fight.
Yeah.
No, she's dead.
I know, that's crazy. Do y'all know how she died? Like,
From fighting.
The injuries of her death.
So they had to do an autopsy, but it was it was a result of her the injuries she sustained during the fight.
The autopsy report revealed that Ashley sustained blunt force trauma to the head, along with hemorrhaging in both the brain and the back. These injuries ultimately led to her tragic death.
How does it make you feel?
This make me feel like I'm going to hell. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Like, that's really crazy. Life is crazy.
Like, she's not a big girl.
No, she isn't. That's why I didn't watch her. She's too small.
I heard she was pretty up.
I don't know.
Daniel saw it. He said, when I opened the door, I saw her. I was like, oh, and I slammed the door because she was so up.
Yeah, he did do that. He did do that.
He said he was shocked.
It was as if Janine had no regard for human life. Her actions, coupled with her chilling indifference, pointed to true signs of a psychopath.
What? Robbery?
Yeah.
We didn't steal her phone. We took it so she could come to the house.
Oh, you took it?
Yeah,
she
got her phone back.
Ah.
I told you she wasn't leaving unless we gave her back her phone. We just did it so we could call her husband, but we changed our mind.
Ah, okay.
He had her phone today. She got her phone back.
She said it was okay for you to take it?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's a robbery. The other charge is murder.
Murder?
Yep. You'd be charged with murder.
Me?
Yep.
That's too bad.
That's deep, right?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
No. What? Murder? I really laid hands on her. All I did was pull her hair.
Both Janine and Antoinette are currently serving 20 years for voluntary manslaughter and robbery by force. This case was indeed bizarre, but it doesn't even come close to the one up next.
And then he started screaming, and I started walking over there wondering what the hell had just happened. And I saw it, and it almost had made me sick to my stomach. All that stuff.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
From the very beginning, I need to know why you guys dug the grave, why they tried killing him, what happened.
Okay, I don't know why they had tried killing him, because...
On October 26, 2003, a man and his son were out near a dry lake bed when they saw a coyote digging into the earth. Curious about what the animal was doing, they approached the spot after it left. But what they discovered sent chills through their bones. It was a dead body. The father immediately called 911. The remains found in the desert were identified as Jared Whaley, a young man whose brutal murder had gone unnoticed for months. His body, wrapped in black garbage bags, showed signs of savage trauma. When investigators learned of the 20-gauge shotgun wadding, it became clear that the nature of Jared's death was something far beyond a random killing. The investigation into his disappearance began to take a disturbing turn as detectives began to unravel the dark truth. Jared's disappearance had gone largely unexplained for months, with his friends insisting that they had no involvement. But as the investigation progressed, it became apparent that something far more sinister was at play. Jared had last been seen the night before his disappearance in the company of his close-knit group of friends, including Matt Baker, Shane and Cody Myers, Steve Stringfield, and Shane Johnson. They referred to themselves as the Crew. The group, united by a shared love for mafia films, particularly Casino, had spent time together drinking and engaging in petty theft and stealing alcohol from local stores to fuel their parties at a secluded spot known as The Hill. Detectives dug deeper into the crew's activities, wondering if their crimes had escalated beyond shoplifting and if they knew more about Jared's fate than they had let on. So they decided to investigate the Myers family, whose sons, Shane and Cody, came from affluent backgrounds. Upon entering their home, the detectives couldn't help but notice a large, dust-covered gun cabinet, except for one shotgun, which was spotlessly clean. The moment they focused on it, Shane Myers blurted out something shocking. He knew why they were eyeing the shotgun. "Jared died from a 20-gauge," he said. The statement sent a chill through the detectives, as the details of Jared's murder had not been publicly revealed. It was a slip-up that confirmed their suspicions that the Crew was involved in Jared's death. However, everyone denied any involvement. But after pressure mounted and with the threat of 25 years in jail, Steve finally cracked. It was then that another key witness, Gerald Wills, came forward with startling revelations. These statements from Steve and Gerald were enough to secure arrest warrants for all 6 members of the Crew. Once in custody, the remaining members requested legal counsel and remained tight-lipped. However, Cody Myers and Shane Johnson, under intense interrogation, finally confessed to their roles in Jared's tragic death. These are the key bizarre moments from Shane Johnson's interrogation video.
What happened?
What happened? It was... like, I had moved here, and then I had met Shane and them. And then we had gone out and dug the grave. You already know all that stuff.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
From the very beginning, I need to know why you guys dug the grave, why they tried killing him, what happened.
Okay, I don't know why they had tried killing him, because...
You need to start from the very beginning.
Okay, well, very beginning, that would be before I'd met them.
Okay.
I guess that was when they had their business of selling the pot and that stuff. And from what I've heard is he smoked all the product or something like that, and then they tried to put Visine in his drink. And
were you there for that?
No.
Okay.
And then this and that, and I don't know how many other tries they've had or what they've done. But then we had gone out and we dug that grave.
Did you know you guys didn't go out and dig a grave?
No. And I didn't know who it was for at the time either, just like I said.
Who was all there?
It was Gerald. I don't think Gerald had known who it was for either. It was Shane, me, and Matt. And
Shane who?
Myers. I think that was it. I'm not positive on that. I'm trying to remember right now. I have this really crappy memory from alcohol. It sucks. That's why I stopped drinking. Like, at first he was like, oh, we're planning to take somebody out. And I was like, well, why? And he was like, well, this, that, and the other thing.
Well, we need to know what this, that, and the other thing means.
I think it was for, because he had smoked his product and... what else? Because he was a moron or something?
The sheer level of calmness this man exhibits while detailing a meticulously planned murder is utterly chilling. It's as if he's recounting a mundane event, not the calculated end of a human life. His composure strips away all humanity.
They said that he was stupid and was just f***ing stuff up. And I think that was about it. And me...
Like what type of stuff up, man?
Like, just stupid things, like stupid incidences. Like, I don't know exactly what he meant by f***ing stuff up, but just because I wasn't in the business, so I don't know what he could have f***ed up. But my best guess would be opening his mouth when he shouldn't or something like that. Me being a stupid kid, I was like, okay, I'll go for you guys with that. And then we get to that night, and I can explain everything.
What night?
It was...
What night are you going to take us to?
Well, they said he had disappeared on the 10th, right? Well, it was the night before that, because that's when it had happened.
He had disappeared on the 15th, which is a Wednesday.
Oh, was it the 15th?
Yeah.
Oh, because in the newspaper it said the 10th. But he had disappeared on the Wednesday? Well, then it was probably the Tuesday before.
Okay. Take me through that entire day and that whole evening events.
Alright.
Okay?
Okay. Well, let's think. At the beginning of the day...
And I need to interrupt you one more time before you get going on this.
Okay.
I need to know telephone calls, who called who put this whole thing together, everything.
Okay.
Okay? Everything.
Okay. Well, Matt had the plan to begin with.
When did he come up with the plan? I'm sorry.
I'm not sure. When he had informed me of it was like a week after we had dug the grave.
Okay, so a week later he told you the plan?
Yeah. And we had gone to school just like usual, and we had gone out drinking after school because we couldn't do it on a Wednesday.
Where'd you get the beer at?
I'm pretty sure Matt had stolen it from Albertsons.
Okay, one of their beer runs?
Yeah.
And instead of early Friday, you guys went out a day before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remember Shane couldn't do it on a Wednesday. He couldn't drink because the Boy Scouts, and he had those meetings on Wednesdays.
Okay.
And so we had drank, and then...
Who was all there when you was drinking?
It was me, Shane, Myers, Matt, Jared...
Matt.
Baker.
Okay.
Jared, and then Cody.
Okay. And Cody's last name?
Myers.
Okay.
The brothers.
Okay.
And that was it. Wait, no, my ex-girlfriend at the time was there too. We let Jared off at his house, and then we went and I went to Matt's house to spend the night that night, and we had told him that we were going off-roading in the middle of the night. So we had picked him up late that night. We had no calls or anything like that. Nothing like that. And then I think Shane had picked up one of his dad's shotguns.
How'd you guys pick Jared up from his house?
We drove up and Matt had thrown a rock at his window and he came downstairs.
Oh, okay.
So we got out there and we were drinking. We were taking shots of tequila, and I hate tequila, but I don't know why we were. And then I had stun gunned Jared in the chest, but it didn't work because he had a sweater on and it had like some of that plastic stuff, so it didn't even do anything. And he was like, well, why'd you do that? And I was like, I don't know, I just wanted to show you my stun gun. And then we were trying to light a fire, and Jared was looking over at me, and like we had gone out and talked, and I was like, well, I don't think it's a good idea because things aren't going the way they were supposed to, and this and that.
Who's we?
Oh, it was me and Matt who had gone out and like walked away from the group, and then I had told him that, and he's like, well, we'll just see where things go. And then I was lighting a fire, and it's like the most disturbing sound you'll ever hear. I was looking at Jared in the face, and then I looked down to start the fire, and then in the back of the head with a tire iron.
Who?
Shane.
Shane who?
Myers.
Okay.
He had hit him in the back of the head with a tire iron, and he had gotten up and was like, what the f***? And they started arguing, and this and that, and he had gone and sat in the car and was like this.
He was bleeding in the car?
It wasn't in the car. Like, there was no actual blood in the car because he was leaning his head forward. And then Matt had taken the gun out, and all this time Cody, who was there, he was in the car plugging his ears and eyes.
According to the investigators, Jared had horrific wounds to his face, chest, and head. All these harrowing details paint a vivid picture of the unimaginable nightmare Jared endured at the hands of his so-called friends.
Here's the car, here's Matt standing with the shotgun on the tailgate, and then here comes Jared walking around, and then I was over here on this side of the car still tending to the fire because it was starting to go out, and then I hear, and it wasn't really loud like I had thought it was going to be, but he had shot him in the chest right here. And then he started screaming, and I started walking over there wondering what the hell had just happened. And I saw it, and it almost had made me sick to my stomach. And then Jared had fallen over to the left, and he stood up, and then he had shot him in the head, I think right here, on one side. I don't remember which side it was, but it had gone in there, and he was laying there, and then we had gone out.
Was he dead?
No, he was unconscious, and then he had died like 2 minutes later. And we had gone out, it was Shane, I, and Cody. We had gone out to look for the hole that was previously dug, and we couldn't find it.
You guys panicked?
I was already panicked, because I didn't think it was going to happen, because I just talked to Matt, and I thought it was going to stop, but it didn't. And then we had left Matt with a flashlight so we could find our way back, because it was dark. And we had come back, and Matt was there, and Jared was there, and Matt had stripped him down naked.
Who did?
Matt. It's gonna get even more disturbing here.
That's fine.
Shortly. It's fine for you guys, but I was there, and I didn't like how it was happening at all. And then, like, they had put him in a trash bag before we had gone out because they were trying. Matt and Shane had put him in the trash bag and duct taped the trash bag shut because they were going to try and put him in the car and take him to the hole. But then we couldn't find the hole, so he was still there. And then he was already stripped down naked, and we started digging, and we dug for a long while. And then after we had got done digging, they tossed him in. It was because Cody was in the car the whole time. He was just freaking out, and I was freaking out too, and I helped him put it into the hole. And then I had gone back over by the car, and then I guess Matt had taken a maul, like, you know, a maul, like a big heavy thing you used to break up rocks with, and it hit him in the face with it, because I guess his jaw had locked shut. This is the disturbing part I was telling you about, and he cut it out right here, up and around, and had taken it with pliers or something and dug another little hole and put it in, and then buried him up and poured beer on top of the grave, drove over it a few times, and drove away.
Where's his clothes at?
He had burned them.
Where at?
At the drinking hill.
Okay.
Like, you know how there's that little fire pit down there?
Uh-huh.
I guess he had done it to the right of the drinking hill. Or the right of the fire pit.
His decision was to can't find a grave.
Yeah, Matt was like, oh, well, we'll just dig one right here. And I was freaking out. There was dug up dirt because there was, like, blood spots, and Matt had gone and turned up that dirt.
When Shane hit Jared, what exactly happened?
Jared was like, ah, and started yelling and was like, what the f*** was that for? And then Shane came up with some stupid excuse that he had broken his butterfly knife. I was over here Jared was coming out of the car towards here, I remember him saying, "I know what's gonna happen if you guys just take me home," and then bam.
So he knew he was going to get killed?
I believe so, right at the end up there.
Why do you think that?
Well, he had just been stun gunned and hit in the back of the head with a tire iron. I mean, it wasn't going good for him that night.
Jared pleading for his life.
No.
Screaming and crying.
All I know is that he was out of the car and he was right here, and Shane was right here, and Matt was right here, and then bang.
You saw a muzzle flash?
No, because it was on the other side of the car. And the report from the rifle wasn't even that loud.
On November 3rd, 2006, the crew faced sentencing for their roles in Jared's brutal murder, each punishment reflecting their level of involvement in the crime. Steve Stringfield, whose role was more peripheral, received a mere 6 months behind bars, a sentence that many deemed far too lenient. Cody Myers, charged with voluntary manslaughter, was sentenced to 5 years, acknowledging his participation but recognizing his lesser culpability. Shane Johnson faced a harsher penalty of 20 years for first-degree murder, while Shane Myers, whose actions in the crime were particularly egregious, was sentenced to 25 years to life. Matt Baker, the triggerman and orchestrator of the horrific act, received the heaviest punishment, 35 years for first-degree murder and kidnapping. While these sentences brought some measure of justice, they could never erase the pain and betrayal that Jared had endured at the hands of those he once called friends. Next up, we have yet another chilling confession, this time from a perpetrator whose demeanor is nothing short of unsettling. Rather than expressing remorse for the heinous act he committed, he appears almost thrilled, as if he had achieved something significant.
In summation, that I'm guilty, yes.
Of what?
Of murder.
Okay, and who did you murder?
Gennaro.
Okay, and how did you murder him?
With a gun. I shot him in the head twice.
Okay.
Because I was planning to take him out into the country and kill him.
Okay.
Jared Murray and Gennaro Sanchez were fellow freshmen at East Central University. Both of them attended classes and everything seemed to be going normal. On the surface, Jared appeared harmless, just like any other student. Little did anyone know that beneath his calm exterior was a narcissistic killer and a mind riddled with dark thoughts. According to Jared, he had repeated thoughts about murder and that he wanted to know what it felt like to kill someone. On December 5th, 2012, Jared Murray followed through with his chilling plan. While riding in the car with his fellow student, Gennaro Sanchez, Jared pulled out a gun and fired 3 shots. The first shot missed, but the next 2 struck Gennaro in the head, tragically ending his life. In that moment, Jared's cold experiment of murder became a horrifying reality.
But whenever you asked me if I wished to talk with you about it...
You said you didn't know, and then you said...
Yes,
and then
yeah, that's right.
And then you said, yes, I've already told you, so
yes.
I might as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And during that talk, do you remember what you told me after I read your Miranda warning to you?
Not word for word, but the effect, yes.
Okay, and what do you remember telling me?
In summation, that I'm guilty, yes.
Of what?
Of murder.
Okay, and who did you murder?
Gennaro.
Okay, and how did you murder him?
With a gun. I shot him in the head twice.
Okay.
3 shots were fired, 1 missed.
That's basically what you told me on the side of the road.
In summation, yes, sir.
And in fact, we already had found a pickup, and there was a body next to it, in a ditch.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's what we're going to talk about now. Tell me how you two got hooked up tonight? Or this is actually, we're talking right now, we're at almost 6 o'clock in the morning, so can you go back and tell me when you guys got together? This would have been...
Maybe around... Maybe around 9 o'clock yesterday evening.
So on the 5th?
Yes. maybe it was closer to 10.
Okay, 9 to 10. And how'd you guys hook up?
I went down to his dorm room and asked if I could be given a ride to Walmart in exchange for $20 gas money.
Okay. And did he agree to that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did he in fact take you to Walmart?
Yes, sir. We got in his pickup truck and he drove me to Walmart.
And so you're talking about the Walmart in Ada?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Then I pulled the weapon on him and demanded that he take me to Asher, Oklahoma, sir.
Okay. And why did all of a sudden did you decide that you needed to go to Asher?
Because I was planning to take him out into the country and kill him.
Okay. So, when you got him at the dorm, was your intention never to go to Walmart?
Yes, sir.
You was, in fact, was you at that point already in your mind was going to take him and kill him?
Yes, sir.
Had he done something to you?
No, sir.
You kind of tell me when you made this decision that you was going to take him and kill him, why?
I made the decision 3 days prior to the incident. Attempted it 2 days prior to the incident, but he was not in his room, and then did so today as he was in his room.
Okay. So you've been planning this for 2 days?
2 weeks, yes.
2 weeks.
But not with a selected individual, no.
Okay. And when did you get to the point where you knew it was going to be him?
That was 3 days prior to the incident.
And why him?
According to Jared, this horrifying murder wasn't about revenge or anger. It was an experiment, a way to explore the unknown. Gennaro Sanchez, being a kind and trusting young man, unknowingly became the target of Jared's twisted plan.
All the kids in college here, why him?
I believed that he would have had the least impact, sir.
Impact of on what?
I believed he didn't have many friends, or many close friends, I should rephrase. And as as he is going missing, his absence would be less notable.
Okay, so would have been if tomorrow at school nobody would have thought anything of it.
That was the plan, sir, yes.
Okay. And so why did you choose to take him to Asher to kill him? When
my plan was for after my killing him, I was going to head north towards Canada. And Asher was further north than Ada, so.
Okay.
That and I know the surrounding terrain and I knew a good spot. I didn't have that spot planned in particular. If I had planned that far ahead, I would have had a grave dug. But I knew a general area.
Okay.
Again here we're confronted with the potential horrors had Jared more Machiavellian traits. As he goes on to describe the details of the murder, pay attention to how disorganized and impulsive he is, particularly the moment he chooses to kill Gennaro.
So you brought him to that area because you knew that area because you was raised there?
Yes, sir.
And that's the road that you would travel going back and forth to your mom and dad's house?
No, sir. I would travel the road further to the south of it. Just the road one south to it. That's the road I would travel going to my mother's house from the school on my bus route, sir.
Okay, but what I'm saying, you were familiar with that road?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And where it would go to?
Yes, sir.
Not much traffic on that road at this time, but...
Yes, sir. The only people that go on that road are those that live on that road, sir.
And you knew that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you pulled the gun on him at Walmart, in the parking lot?
Yes, sir.
What did you tell him?
I told him to take me to Ada. Asher.
Asher. And did he say anything?
He panicked, wanted to pull out his phone. I yanked the phone out of his hand, and then he panicked some more. Kept telling me not to kill him. To make him feel more comfortable, I unloaded the clip, unloaded the bullet from the chamber, handed them over to him, and that eased his nerves a little. Then I pulled a second clip out of my pocket and set it on my lap.
Okay. And you drove him to, so he drove you?
Yes, sir.
And did you have any conversation between Ada and Asher?
The entire time was a conversation, sir.
And was it basically, what can you tell me what that conversation was?
About from Ada to halfway to Asher, it was just my trying to reaffirm him that I wasn't going to kill him to calm his nerves. And then from that point on, we was talking on our upbringings, our past, our family histories, things of more philosophical nature, etc., etc.
Okay.
Had me put my finger in the hole where the clip goes and show that the round, it wasn't chambered.
Okay.
One can hardly begin to imagine the sheer horror that Gennaro Sanchez endured in his final moments. Constantly seeking reassurance, he must have been terrified. As Jared recounts the events, his cold and detached explanation makes it painfully clear that he's not only devoid of remorse, but also deeply disturbed. His words reveal a psyche twisted with severe mental health issues, as he explains the act of taking a life as just any other casual activity.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what happened?
I loaded the gun quickly, chambered the round quickly, shot once, missed, shot a second time, hit, jumped out of the car, went around. He was driving 10-15 miles an hour, so it was rather slow. Ran around the hood of the car, and of course it was slow when he wasn't purposefully driving. Tried to pull him out, couldn't get him out until he already had hit the tree. Pulled him out there, dumped him into the... before I dumped him into the ditch, I heard him gurgling. I'm not sure if that was a physiological or physical process after death, but I thought that he might have still lived through that somehow, because he was gurgling, so I shot him again and then shoved him down in the ditch. I then got his phone.
Okay, hang on, let's back up just a second.
Yes, sir.
You fired the first round.
Yes, sir.
And you missed.
Yes, sir.
Do you know where that round hit?
I believe it hit the top of the door, but it might have hit the window.
Okay, did the window bust?
The window did bust, sir, but I don't remember if that was the first or the second round.
Okay. So you fired once and missed?
I'm not certain, but I believe the head as well.
Okay, the front, back, side?
I believe it was the same side as before.
Same side as before?
Yes, sir.
So you think you hit him twice, or you know you've hit him in fact once in the head?
Yes, sir.
And then the second round is probably in the head area too?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you rode him down the ditch?
Yes, sir.
And what did you do then?
I grabbed his phone from inside the vehicle. I was going to put it on the ground and shoot it as well, but I have a bit of night blindness and didn't see the steepness of the hill where it started to veer down. Mm-hmm. So when I threw it down, it slid down the hill and landed screen side down, so I wasn't able to find its location.
Okay. So his phone is somewhere around his body?
Yes, it should be.
Okay.
It might be underneath his body.
Okay. And did you do something with the body after that?
Yes, sir. I repositioned it and then tried to cover it, admittedly not well, with leaves, dirts, and stick.
I'm having a hard time.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel any remorse?
I'm sad that I got caught so quickly, but that's almost lessened by being caught by someone who has sheriff on their jacket. So, but for killing them, no.
Okay, so it makes you feel better that somebody had sheriff on their jacket that arrested you?
Yes, sir.
Opposed to what?
A deputy or someone like that, sir.
Okay, well, I'm not the sheriff.
I'm aware of that.
I'm the undersheriff.
The person driving me up here told me that. But still, it's...
So it makes you feel better that you got caught by somebody up in rank than somebody under
Yes,
you?
sir.
But my question again is, do you have any remorse?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. No, live out here for a minute, okay?
Yes, sir.
The irony of this entire case lies in the chilling conclusion. Jared Murray, after committing such a brutal and senseless murder, was ultimately found not guilty by reason of insanity. However, he was sentenced to indefinite custody at a mental health facility. Do you think all these murderers got the punishment they deserved? Share your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.